Enqvist looking up into that sun from the far side. As we mentioned, late afternoon here in Los Angeles. No. Yes. Enqvist, a beautiful little drop volley off the forehand. We are at the Infinity Open in Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Tennis Center. I'm Barry McKay along with Tim Mayotte, bringing you final round action here from the Infinity. On the left, this is Enqvist serving to Michael Stich for the championship. Best of 3. 5th game, first set. It is 2 games all in this best of 3 championship match. Enqvist wound up tight. He screams. This guy, one of the more emotional Swedes.
Yeah, I mean, the Swedes, as a rule, do not express anger on the court. I can't think of one who flies off the handle, except for maybe Anders Jarrett, who does tend to scream out once in a while. But it's the sun that's bothering Enqvist, as you can see him throw the toss up, practice tosses.
That is such a tough thing to deal with as you look up from that far side, the ball right into the sun.
We've been calling Ivanisevic crazy. We could call him the crazy Swede. Yeah.
Now, he is fun to watch, I'll tell you. Wow, and Stich slices that backhand. The ball got away from him on the return of serve. So Stich again misses an opportunity.
A lot of tension in the early going here.
Yes, there is. You can feel it.
Yeah.
And a miss hit from Stich. Again, he takes that big swing. Look at the sun here, Tim. Wow. That is tough to handle. You really have to move the ball where you don't want to put it.
Yeah, you throw a toss usually back further behind your head to try to find a place so that when you're coming out of the toss, you're not blinded with the glare.
That is a good shot down the line. And so Enqvist gets away with it. Stich fires his racket, really unhappy that he let those opportunities slip away. We long. Sixth game now. First set. He'll get it. Wow. Enqvist on the run, Tim. He took off early. This kid can move for a big guy.
Yeah, well, what was surprising, though, with the shot selection there is you would expect him to do a little scoop shot, a little slice, and he actually tried to come over the top of that. Yeah. It's a little bit tougher to get it up and over the net with that Western grip.
Stich has really used the drop shot and the drop volley a lot so far early in this match.
Stich grew up on red clay in Germany, and you tend to use drop shots and drop volleys more on clay than on hard court.
Enqvist thought it was a fault. Let's listen. He's just waiting for the call now. There will be no call. A third service ace.
That may be the slowest ace of 1995. 76 miles an hour. You barely get a speeding ticket with that one.
Stich saying he thought the serve was out, and they played it. .40 110 miles per hour. Stich cranks up that first one. 40-15. 1 point away from a 3-all. Called wide. Let's listen. Stich does not like this call.
at mark?
I'm not looking at marks.
What are you looking at then?
When the ball hits, we have to decide.
Where is that ball?
We're not going to go check a mark.
Where is that ball?
Let's
The guy
listen.
on the line saw
I'm
it
not
out.
talking about the guy on the line. I mean, that's about
They're deciding the
the
close
third bad
balls.
call you made this game. The third one.
They're deciding the close balls this match.
So that's not your line?
If there's a clear mistake, then I can help.
So what is that? Touching the line is not a clear mistake?
That's a close ball for him to decide.
And for you?
It's not a clear mistake for me to decide.
Wow, listen to this.
Can you give me this in writing after the match? Because I can't follow you at all.
Steve Ulrich making the right call here, Tim.
Well, that is the rule. Stich asked for it in writing, and in fact, he'll get it from the ATP Tour supervisor after the match. Steve Ulrich staying away, and his...
The ball looked good on the replay.
Yeah, I think it was good.
Yeah. And now,
that was a bad call.
And now, waiting for the call wide. Stich trying to show where the ball hit, even agreeing that it was a fault.
Four calls.
What do I do with them?
Don't give me that crap. You should look the line.
Wow, we got some real heat going here.
So bad.
Steve Ulrich in the chair basically saying if it's close, the lines people are going to call it. I'm staying with their calls. He's absolutely right, Tim. He's not going to overrule unless it's a clear mistake. That was really interesting. Ulrich said to Stich, well, what do I do with the lines people? Just let them all go then? It's a good reply.
No, I think it's the right call, but or the right interpretation. But I do think, in fact, though, that Stich was right, and both those calls were wrong. I know we're talking a lot of right and wrongs here, but
that's the way the ball bounces, as they say.
You just have to go with the calls.
Pardon the pun. Dirty love now, Enqvist. That's a big forehand. And that's a big overhead from the youngster from Sweden. Boy, he lines that forehand up and really goes for it.
Good overhead here from Enqvist. Enqvist has not served well today, only 38% of first serves, and yet he's held the serve relatively easily.
Kind of looked like one of those leaping Sampras overheads.
Yeah, Sampras loves to do that.
He loves that air Sampras stuff. Oh. That's good. Perfect lob from Michael Stich. Well, we're seeing some high-quality stuff.
I was just going to say that the tennis is just remarkable so far.
Only 6 games played, and we have seen it all. 3 games all. First set. This is best of 3 for the title. That will go long. So Thomas Enqvist holds in the crucial 7th game of the first set. Enqvist leading now 4-3. We're at the near court now, down 3-4. Enqvist will let that ball go long. You can see the shadows now starting to creep across the center court, and as the afternoon gets longer, that will become more of a factor, Tim. Tough to play that ball coming in and out of the sun.
Yeah, particularly if you're trying to serve and volley like Michael Stich. That's one way of avoiding it, hitting an ace.
Big serve.
But what happens is when the ball comes out of the bright into the shadow, it is very tough for your eyes to adjust quickly and pick it up, particularly if you have to hit another shot after that.
The only good news is that you change every 2 games, and so technically it's the same for both players. Oh, yes. Enqvist drills that forehand. Best return. Let's head courtside now to Linda Pence. Linda, come in.
Well, thanks, Barry. We've seen quite a bit of emotion from both these players today already, but Thomas Enqvist off the court is known as a very quiet, shy boy. He doesn't speak very loudly, and he doesn't carry much emotion. In fact, he's so shy that when he got to play golf this week, he was nervous playing in front of the caddy. He said his shots went all over the place because he just couldn't play with an audience. He doesn't seem to have that problem on a tennis court. Back to you guys.
He does not have that problem right now, Linda. This guy looks very confident for a young man seated 5th. And on his way up. Great talent. Stich 123 miles per hour, ace number 7. And a big time for that ace, Tim. 30 all, down 3-4. Michael Stich, the 1991 Wimbledon champion, winning in straight sets over Boris Becker. I think so many people were surprised with that result. But he burst on the scene with that Wimbledon title. Enqvist, good defense, Tim. Keeping that ball low.
I think Enqvist must be getting to Stich right now because whenever he gets his racket on the first serve, he's getting it back in play. Michael Stich not used to seeing so many returns coming back and then a solid passing shot, but I think that could get under Stich's skin. As a big serve and volleyer, you're used to getting a lot of free points, and if that doesn't happen, you have to rely on something you're not so confident in, like ground strokes.
Second serve now. So Michael Stich, I'll look at the fast serves now. Rosetsky with that huge 137, but Stich right up there. Forget. Becker a mere 131. Oh, and the worst error he's committed all day right there. Not a tough ball, Tim.
When that ball comes off as a mishit, though, it's pretty tough to make the adjustment. Most guys would slice that deep and play for position. Stich tried to time a topspin.
Stich very irritated. He looks very agitated to me right now. Still unhappy with some of those early calls. Second serve, big points here. Oh. Boy, he's going for it all.
Stich backs up that first serve with one of the best second serves in the game, and then he punishes the short forehand. Enqvist was mad at himself because he didn't get enough depth on the return.
Oh, that's a brilliant volley from Michael Stich. Great anticipation off the backhand side, and Stich holds serve. 4 games all.
Enqvist goes for the passing shot. Good early preparation. Open stance like so many of those Swedes. And Stich, great stretch backhand volley for the winner.
Four games all. There is very little between these two right now, Tim. You almost get the feeling that a couple of points or maybe 1 point will tell the story here in set number 1. Big turnout on the campus at UCLA. That is Pauley Pavilion you see in the distance there. Home of the UCLA Bruins. Not a bad basketball team they produced this year. Stich catches the tape again. Just opening up now on his first serve, 123 miles per hour. Wonder if Goran Ivanisevic is watching this match, thinking that he might have been out there. He's in the doubles later, so I'm sure he's somewhere in the area. And Enqvist holds it love. Thomas Enqvist, again, a solid game on his own serve. Back to center court. Big game now. 5-4 for Enqvist in the first set. Stich trying to hold to stay in. 15 love.
And now Enqvist dealing with a tough shadow as it goes across the court.
Yeah.
You can see it right in that service box area.
Oh, he thought it was long again. Enqvist looking over at the service line. He thought it was definitely long. And Tim, I'll tell you from up here, it looked long. There are no automatic service line callers on these service lines, so the service line people are really on the spot. Just has a look over to see if the guy was watching. He was. Correction, another bad call. It will be overruled. They'll play the point again.
At least the linesman overruled himself there. They have that option to, if they call it out, then correct themselves. And a bad break for Michael Stich because he had a pretty easy forehand volley to end the point.
I'll tell you, if he loses his point, you're going to see some gestures from Michael Stich. He will not be happy, or at least some body language. So Stich to 40 love now. Going for it all. But again, Tim, pretty smart play because he's using the score. He's up 40 love.
Yeah, it's 40 love. He goes for it. But obviously, you never like to mistime a ball as badly as that. It's tough when you're moving forward. You got to make sure to get that racket out there early enough.
Oh, that's a good return. Fabulous return from Thomas Enqvist, one of the best of the day off the two-hander.
A big advantage it is to have two hands when you're facing a big server because you have a lot more control. Just use the power of your opponent.
Will go long, and so Stich holds serve. We are at 5 games all, first set. This is best of 3 for the title here at the Infinity Open. Catches the net, goes wide. It would not have if it hadn't hit the top of that net.
A little view cam going on.
That is really neat. Can we tie him into our crew here?
Yeah, now we have an extra camera. Start going to the view cam for the instant replays.
Good depth, and Enqvist showing the slice backhand, Tim.
Yeah, but it's been the forehand all week long that has bothered Stich. A little more consistent off the backhand. He's had 8 unforced errors on that forehand wing in the match so far.
Big first serve by Enqvist, 124 miles per hour, right down the center. This guy serves well on big points. 30 love, he needed that point, he got it quickly. The slice really let Stich down there, and so Enqvist holds easily again. Thomas Enqvist leading 6-5. When
Stich with, I think, the best second serve in the game of tennis. That one 98 miles an hour. Sets up an easy forehand volley.
Jack Kramer, the former director of this event, whose son now runs it, Bobby Kramer. I think Kramer, perhaps one of the best second serves ever in the game of tennis. Short ball. Oh, and Michael Stich. Big opportunity on a short ball, Tim. Goes for it.
Tough to take this ball. You see how high it is up on his shoulders. A lot of guys would just slice that, come in behind it. It makes for an easier transition to net as well.
But Stich has a lot of luck with that topspin backhand for winners. Oh, that's a good volley. That's just too good. Brilliant first volley off that forehand. Not an easy shot. Got it real deep.
You'd expect to see that. Stich the more aggressive.
Oh, yes. This guy can do it all. That's classic serve and volley tennis. So now Michael Stich 1 point away from a tiebreak here in the first set. Oh, yes. Huh. Stich gets a great volley, Tim, and the kid comes in and knocks it off.
Well, not only does Enqvist move well, but he's got good early preparation. This is a tough shot to hit on the run, and he gets a lot on a little scooper.
And a one-hander all of a sudden. Ooh, a let court saves Enqvist. That would have been an ace. First serve again. 40-30. And another big serve from Stich. 107 miles per hour, the high bouncer, and so Michael Stich holds. We are at 6-all. We will have a tiebreak. Look at their tiebreak records, Tim. Stich's played a lot more, obviously. First player to reach 7 points with a 2-point advantage will win this set, 7-6.
If you're going to come in on Thomas Enqvist, you got to come on something better than this reply from Michael Stich. Brad Gilbert, who loves to coin a few phrases, would call that approach shot chop liver. Will not get the job done.
Second serve now, 0-1. And that high bouncing serve, and Stich has used that effectively.
This court is very grainy and slow, and a kick serve, almost an American twist, will break up and away from the two-hander, from anybody in fact, and so that has caused Enqvist actually more problems than Stich's first serve.
Just wide. That was wide. I thought it was a good call. Very close, and Stich does not like it. Second serve, 1 point all now. No, that will go wide. Enqvist serving, down 1-2. Yes. Ace number 2 for Enqvist. He had 16 of those last night against Ivan Isevich. Let.
And what he called the best serving match he's had in his young career.
Two lets. Oh, the backhand goes long. Stich will serve 2. Only 1 from this side. They will change after 6 points. And that could be important, especially with the shadows acting like they are. I think this side, the tougher side to play from. Big swing, puts it away. Thomas Enqvist has had quite a move over the last few years, dating back to 1990. What a move he's had, Tim. Look at that.
This obviously, though, the big breakthrough year for him. And one of the reasons is he's played the big points so well. We've seen it today. He served well in the big points, stayed in there, come up with some good returns to serve. He'll need one right now.
But I think tougher to move from 100 to 16 than from 472 to 100. Let's put it that way. 4-3 Stich. Will go wide. Stich again a little impatient, fires his racket down. Not enough to get a warning.
And really, after a great first 12 games, the tiebreaker, neither guy there, the level has gone down a tad. Hard to explain why.
4 points all. Oh, it goes long on the return. So Enqvist picks up a very quick, cheap point. Those help. Oh, that was well long.
Oh, yeah, that serve was out for sure.
Called a fault, I think, but maybe not. No call. Oh, that ball was at least 5 or 6 inches behind the service line. Ooh, bad call.
And maybe the lines person suffering from the difficulties brought on by the shadows as well, because this serve is for sure it's long, and it's a tough break for Enqvist.
I would say that's the kind of shot that maybe could be overruled. It's a clear enough error.
Well, the order of the day now for Enqvist to put that out of his mind. He's not taking much time between points here.
Set point for Stich, 5-6. Big serve. Yes. Not an easy shot. No pace on that ball.
That's exactly right, Barry. Because usually when you connect on a big serve like that, you don't expect the ball to come back. And then there it is sitting mid-court, and this shot is a lot tougher because the court is actually shorter because you're taking it right at mid-court, and you really have to control that ball.
We have seen a lot of those missed, Tim. Not this one. Great follow-through.
And that's a good effort on the part of Enqvist after that very difficult call he dealt with.
6-all. Oh, and the same shot again. He misses it. Jumped at that ball. He saw Stich take off, tried to do a little too much with it.
Well, not only did he miss it, he missed it badly, way down in the net. And again, this is a tough shot because you have to generate all the power.
Stich serving for it. Michael just about ready to throw the ball up. Somebody yells. He'll start again. No, the foul. It goes long, and that could have been the set the other way if Enqvist doesn't miss that shot. We are at 7-all.
Sometimes it's tough to take these balls right off the hip. Stich did not get out of the way of it. You should turn your shoulders more, and he knocked it long. Broken string.
Yeah. Michael Stich breaks the string. You called it, Tim. You could hear it from up here.
And Stich did a great job of just getting that volley back, because when the string breaks, the tension in Michael Stich's racket is 70 pounds. Now, when it breaks, it goes down to maybe 25 or 30.
Right.
And you have to use all the touch to keep the ball in play. He did well, but a great passing shot from Enqvist.
Now a big hand for both players. Boy, are these big points. 8-7. Enqvist serving now for the set. Down the center. Oh, that's tough. That's a great point. A great point. Best point of the match right there on set point. Tremendous shot from Enqvist. Stay with us.
Stich almost comes up with a miraculous forehand pass. But Enqvist, who has not come to net but a handful of times in this first set, plays a perfect drop volley. And Stich is furious after letting one set point slip away. An amazingly well played first set, Barry.
First game, second set now. Enqvist with the first in a tiebreak. That was a spectacular point to end the set. Everybody in this stadium jumped up, gave both players a huge hand as they crossed over. 30 love. Now we'll see how Stich handles that very disappointing tiebreak, Tim. Oh, it was long. He plays it.
30-15.
He missed the first one. He stops playing. Spectators shouts out. You don't say anything.
Let's listen.
Just sit there and just give us your headset.
I'm not going to stop when they're shouting.
Ulrich on the hot seat again. Another look at this ball, very close on the baseline. Looked like it was out.
Yeah, I mean, normally I agree with Ulrich not to overrule, and that ball is definitely long, but he's on the verge of losing control of this match,
Yeah.
because I do think that the lines people have made some pretty bad calls so far.
Stich still up 30-15. Let's have a look now at our first set statistics.
Pretty even set all around. Stich leading in the winner category, but he hurt himself with 19 unforced errors. And amazingly, Enqvist winning more points on his first serve than Stich. That's something you would definitely not predict, as Stich was one of the best serves in the game.
I think this first game, a test of Stich's mental toughness, Tim, that you mentioned earlier. Oh, he blows a real easy forehand. Did the same thing yesterday.
Yeah, but you're exactly right, Barry. I mean, it's an emotional moment in the tiebreak, and then there's a letdown, and the tendency is to lose your focus. And yet, it is so critical in that transition game into the second set to stay on target.
Again, another very close ball on the service line. No call. Ace number 9 for Michael Stich. Running forehand by the youngster from Sweden on the full run.
This is just tremendous timing and arm strength as he flips that ball. It's kind of like a squash shot, flipping it down the line. Stich cannot believe it.
Interesting there to see Michael Stich give him that little applause from the racket. Good sportsmanship. Stich just saying, hey, it was too good. Yes, and one of the scoreboards right here in the stadium has Stich winning the first set. There it is, 7-6. I don't think that board is going to fool many of the 8,000 fans who have turned out here today. Hadn't fooled us anyway. Just wide. So once again, Michael Stich with a chance to hold here. This first game of the second set turning out to be a crucial game for Stich. He's got to hang in here. Very disappointing. And he does. And so Michael Stich holds in the first game of the live on center court here as Thomas Enqvist serves in the second game of the second set. He already has the first in a tiebreak, 7-6. Let's go courtside now where Linda Pence is with Bob Brett. Linda.
Thank you, Barry. Well, Bob, of course, you're the coach of Goran Ivanisevic, the player who lost last night to Thomas Enqvist. First, we have to ask you, since we all sat there and watched in amazement as Goran let those serves go by, what happened at the end of that second set, and what did you say to him afterwards?
Well, Goran, unfortunately, when he comes to the States, is quite willing to let a lot of other issues interfere with his ability to compete at this level. And I thought until 4-all in the second set, he had really played some good tennis. But then it's these other things that distract you, and that's if you want to win at this level, it's just not possible to allow that to happen.
So you really had a few words with him after the match?
Well, that's my job, and that's I believe in honesty there. I certainly did.
Watching the match today, we saw an interesting thing happen to Stich in the tiebreak. What appeared to be really just bad luck when that string broke, and you felt that maybe that could play a part in this set.
Yes, well, Michael Stich is. I don't really think that he's hitting the ball as cleanly as I've seen him over the last 2 weeks, but he's really got to be careful not to let his level drop. There's a very close match at the moment. And it can be the broken string, can be the bad line call, it can be anything. And if he doesn't let those things distract him, he can probably raise his level a fraction. And then, because you get the feeling that he's actually got the more complete game than Thomas Enqvist. He's got the ability to go to the net. And that could play to his advantage, but only if he really stays very positive and competes at where he should.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. A mental game definitely out there on the court. Back up to you, Barry.
All right, Linda. Bob Brett, certainly one of the more accomplished coaches on the tour. Obviously, he's got his hands full with Ivanisevic, a great talent, but maybe mentally not as strong as Bob Brett would like him to be, as he just said. I'd like to have heard that conversation, too.
Well, he came from the other side where he worked with Boris Becker, perhaps one of the most tough mental players on the tour, and then went to the other spectrum with Ivanisevic.
Ace number 10 for Michael Stich. I think at this point in both of their careers, though, Stich may be a bit more of a complete player, as he mentioned, Tim. Enqvist doesn't like to volley as much, and yet he can volley.
Yeah, we saw him hit a couple nice volleys yesterday.
On big points. Ooh, Stich with a very tired-looking double fault. The ball barely got up in the air, and it's his second. Puts the score at 30-all here in the third game of the second set. Stich down a set. This is best of 3. Ooh, it drops in. We did not hear a call. That ball right on the sideline. Stich knew it too. He looked at that ball, knew it was good.
Twice now we've seen Enqvist come up with just flip shots, all wrist from outside the doubles alley for a winner.
Oh, yes. Ace number 11. The near court nearly now all in shadow. The far court in sunlight. So tough conditions. That ball coming out of the shadow into the far court. Yes, a second serve ace, number 12. And so Michael Stich using his serve to get out of trouble. These shadows reminiscent of the World Team Cup matches over in Dusseldorf there. Stich is used to that. He's played that event.
And Barry, the next ad point, let's take a look at Michael Stich on the first serve. I think when he serves from the ad court, he's actually foot faulting going over the center plane.
Wow.
Let's take a look at the next point.
Well, that would be something. Mayotte calls the foot fault from the booth. No call from the umpire. That could be a first. Yes, he catches him. Oh, just hits the net. This is from the deuce side. Now we'll catch him coming in from the ad side. I think this is the side, Tim. You're saying he's getting across the center.
The right foot is coming over and breaking the plane.
Close. No. The punch volley will get a chance to see it again. If he serves in the ad court again, which he will have to do in this game. It's deuce. Ian Edberg, very similar. They move that right foot up to the baseline and very close to foot faulting, but he has not been called. Miss hit. There is a very small little mark on the baseline there, right in the center, that marks the center. And as a server, you are not allowed to move anywhere on that line.
Exactly. Well, actually, to even break the plane over the center. See that right foot come over. He's close to it.
And Stich holds. And so Michael Stich raises his arms. He holds. We're Angeles Infiniti, the official car of the U.S. Open. And certainly this tournament becoming the gateway to the U.S. Open, where it is the official car. 2-1 now. Stich. Michael Stich is trying to stay alive, competing well, Tim. He has not shown much lightness in his competitive ability so far. Well, 32 players started this event way back on Monday, and we'll get a chance now to show you some of the early round results. These will be first round results here from the Los Angeles tournament. Ivanisevic, the #1 seed, moving along quickly there. Philippoussis, a very talented young man from Australia, wins in 3. No, he jams him. Stich continuing, Tim, to take a big swing on the return, but that's just his style. Connors.
His second tournament of the year on the ATP Tour. He got to the quarters in his first one in Halle on grass before Wimbledon. Went out in the first round here.
And Enqvist holds easily. Connors had played a 3-setter against Bjorn Borg the Sunday right before that match. Might have taken a little out of him.
On clay in the Champions Tour.
That's true. So Michael Stich holds 2 games all. Volkov, a big win over Ruzetsky. Now we will move to second round results. The #1 seed moved along with a win over Graf.
Big upset. Michael Joyce, local favorite, took out Jim Courier, who continues to struggle.
Matsuoka, a very popular Japanese player, put in an appearance here. And in the 32 draw, third round becomes the quarters. Ivanisevic continued to roll. And yesterday we already showed you some of these highlights. Enqvist winning in a big upset, and Michael Stich straight sets. It's good. Enqvist just eases that ball up the line on the forehand.
And he has done that so well today on the run, totally out of position, and yet he's able to control a running forehand up the line.
Stich 30-15. hit. And a costly error, Tim, for Stich now from 30 love up. Now it gets tight here in the 5th game, 30 all.
A little sloppiness creeping into the game of Stich.
Oh, a miss hit. Look out. You'll get it. Oh, and Enqvist somehow stays in that point, Tim. Good scrambling.
Again, the scrambling forehand and Stich is shaking his head. He cannot believe that some of the balls Enqvist has got back in tough spots. There's the backhand pass, and he gets this one into a tough position. Stich does really well. You can see a funky bounce there on that ball. And then Enqvist missing the forehand passing shot.
Let first serve. That would have been a tough serve to handle. 125 miles per hour. No, it goes long. Stich looks over, does not like the call, but it looked like it faded long. Now suddenly this 5th game becoming a crucial game. We've talked often about the 7th game, Tim, which I know you feel has no significance, but now the 5th game.
I wouldn't say no significance.
Well, not major significance, huh?
Stich all of a sudden starting to miss his first serve by big margins.
Ooh, and again, a very tight second serve. Enqvist thought it was a double. It looked like it was long from up here. Wow.
And a huge second serve, 95 miles an hour. Think about around 80 for most players. Their average 80 to 85 on the second serve. Stich up above 90 most of today.
Boy, again, another tight call on that service line, and that has been the line in question all day.
We're close. I gotta go with him.
You got anything else to say? Something to speak?
Ooh, that's a good angle. A great angle on the two-hander from Enqvist, and suddenly Stich's body language looking a little bit disgusted and tired, Tim.
This is what Bob Brett was talking about, the competitiveness factor, and Stich really being put to the test here in the 5th game.
Ooh, that's a good return. A big return from Enqvist. And now Enqvist with a chance here.
It's the two hands that make all the difference here. Just a block, a little bit of a slap shot, but the second hand really helps off a big first serve.
Ooh, and now a big chance. Second serve. Enqvist backs up. He will not come in behind it. That's not his style. Believe it, drills the backhand up the line, catches the sideline on break point. Oh man, what a shot. Michael's starting to talk to himself now, unhappy with his first serve. It's a big, deep second serve.
101 miles an hour.
Man, Stich gets out of trouble, now has a chance to go up 3-2. Ooh. A let call in the second serve. He thought it was way over the net.
What's that for now? What's that for now?
Screaming goddamn.
After he is waiting for me to make it, for you to make a call, you make a call or what?
You didn't call him.
Well, why did you wait for him until he stopped playing and then you made a call after you played the ball back.
If he doesn't call it, I'm going to call it.
Stich, I believe Barry was given a verbal abuse warning from Steve Ulrich.
Way to go, Bruno!
Ulrich on the edge of his seat up there, Tim, and I'll tell you, he is really trying to keep things under control. Oh, Stich really unhappy now.
Yeah, this is really the red zone now for Michael Stich. He has to be careful. He would be wise to take a few seconds behind the court to gather himself.
Come on, Michael, come on.
This is smart. He's taking a little time here, taking a deep breath.
Ooh, it's a lucky net cord. Slides over. He'll play 2. In a way, he's lucky that was a fault, because Enqvist hit one of his best returns. Second serve now. Oh, yes. What can you say? A solid return, a better passing shot.
103 on that second serve. Enqvist deals with it easily.
Once again, break point for Thomas Enqvist. And a huge serve deep, right in the corner. And Stich stays alive. Longest game of the match right here. 5th game, 2nd set. Enqvist has another one of those tricky short balls, Tim. No pace.
Well, again, it was the second hand on that backhand return that he just kind of shovels the ball in good spot. And then Stich cannot handle a tough passing shot.
Break point. Just wide. Enqvist trying to will that ball in with a little body English.
But Stich he's held himself together here. He's been on the verge of blowing, but he's done a good job sticking with the basics.
Ball like a screwball through the air, and Enqvist just catches the tape. He could taste it almost. He thought he had that point.
That's pretty uncharted territory for Enqvist, though. And when he comes in, he wants to hit either a clean winner or a very aggressive approach shot. He doesn't hit an approach shot to come into volley.
Oh. Again, that forehand. He has been brilliant, Tim, up the line now. It's about his 5th shot. Perfect shot off the forehand from Enqvist.
Stich does really well to get some depth on that backhand volley. And I think Michael's going to have to start guessing down the line on the forehand passing shot.
Oh, no. Again, Stich with a brilliant little half volley gets caught. Boy, we are seeing some great tennis here in this game. This crowd of over 8,000 being treated to one of the best finals we've seen in a long time. Oh, that's wide. And so Michael Stich, on the 19th point of the match, finally wins the 5th game.
Enqvist rarely forays into net, but when he does, he actually does pretty well. Blocking that volley off into the open court. I think yesterday he only came in 6 or 7 times, but he volleys pretty well.
Drop shot will not work. A lot of tennis all around the world today on the ATP Tour. Over in Europe there, Costa, big upset over Muster. He does not lose very often on clay, Tim.
Muster had won 24 consecutive finals on clay before that loss to Costa. Unbelievable. And only his second loss on clay in 1995.
Losing in his hometown. Another miss hit from Stich.
Muster was looking for his 9th title on the ATP Tour, including, of course, the French.
What a prolific year he has had.
Oh, God.
40 love here. And so he holds. It is 3 games all now in the second set.
Well, each week the ATP Tour Charities gives a Sportsman of the Week award, and this week it goes to Michael Joyce, who was a surprise quarterfinalist here. $5,000 will be donated in Michael's name to the NJTL chapter here in Los Angeles, which brings tennis to inner city kids in LA. Real great cause. Michael was out earlier this week giving some clinics to kids around the grounds, and so he is a really great guy. $5,000 in his name to the NJTL, National Junior Tennis League chapter here in LA.
Well done, Michael. Love 15 here. 7th game, second set. Oh. Uh-oh. Enqvist down. He's had some problems with the knees, Tim. I hope he's all right. He's up quickly.
And Enqvist has had both of his knees scoped this year. But I think he was just playing around, taking a little rest there. The big concern actually with knees, but you would more think on a spill like that it would be an ankle, twisting an ankle, but it appears to be no problem.
Just appealing now, did not like the call. Let's have a look back at that spill.
Just changing direction here. And
yeah.
Nothing serious.
The way both of these guys are serving and returning, we could have another tiebreak on our hands here. So Michael Stich holds pretty easily in the 7th game of the second set. Stich leading 4-3 second set. He lost the first 7-6. The 1984 tennis event, which was then, Tim, a demonstration sport. It became an official sport in 1988. I think you were there that year. Picked up a medal, as I recall. We'll talk about that after this point. What'd you do, a bronze medal?
Silver medal.
Silver medal, I beg your pardon. Runner-up.
This man's idol, Stefan Edberg, won the gold medal here in 1984. It was a demonstration sport. Only those 21 years or younger were allowed to play. Another pretty good player, Steffi Graf, took the women's.
Linda Pence has more regarding that controversy with Tom Barnes down there. Linda, what's the story?
Well, thanks, Barry. I don't have a whole lot more, actually. I did talk to ATP Tour supervisor Tom Barnes. He didn't really want to comment at all on the incident. First, he said that Michael Stich was just frustrated and wanted to blow off steam. Then he said that really the match was what was the focus, and he should concentrate on that. But obviously, there have been so many controversies over the line calls that it has become somewhat a significant factor in the match. Back up to you, Barry.
Well, shucks, I thought Barnes was going to go out and remove the umpire and every linesman and bring us down there. I was getting real excited, Tim, but it's not going to happen. Four-3 now. Stich leading second set. Going to come in once, Tim, and then changed his mind.
That shows the respect he has for the passing shots of Thomas Enqvist, because that was a good slice backhand, and I think Stich would have, as he obviously in hindsight, right there would have chosen to come in. That was a pretty deep shot, but Enqvist passes so well, particularly off the backhand side.
30 all. Enqvist out of trouble briefly here with a chance to get to 4-all. Go wide, and so Enqvist holds. It is 4 games off in the second set. Enqvist with the first. Well, a great group of German players have been assembled. There's a look at him. Stich only number 2 behind Becker. Karbacher very tough. Sweden's top 5. Boy, that's hard to believe. Larson and Edberg. But I think Enqvist, at this point, if they had to pick a Davis Cup team, would play singles. Don't you, Tim?
Absolutely. I think the reason being, as Stich has another complaint, is that Enqvist has shown his ability to play in big match situations against the world's best.
Too solid. It's really fun to watch him do that. He can transform that wonderful approach shot.
He is so fluid, Michael Stich. Nice forehand approach shot, stretch volley.
Deep serve again, 118 miles per hour. Stich now holding serve a bit easier.
Exactly, and in spite of that, there was that one game, the 5th game, I think, which was a tough one. 20 points in that 5th game, but now he's been cruising on his serve.
Look out. Oh, no call, but very close on that sideline. I thought for a moment, Tim, he pulled it wide.
It was very close, and I think it was wide too, Barry.
Yeah.
Call stands.
That's great. Oh! That is sensational. Stich just stretching enough to get the little drop volley in. This crowd really appreciating the tennis out there as Enqvist thought he had him. Stich in wide, and so Michael Stich holds in the 9th game of the 2nd set. Stich leading now 5-4. He lost the first 7-6. Stay with us.
Backhand, but
Sure
Enqvist
like
making Stich work so hard at the net.
But you saw Michael Stich at the end of that last point clench his fist and say, hey, stay in here. He is fighting. He's competing. 4-5 now. Enqvist down, but up. Enqvist 2 points away now from a 5-all situation. So Thomas Enqvist now 1 point away from 5-all. He has the first set in a tiebreak. This is best of 3. And a solid serve, and so Thomas Enqvist holds. It is 5 games all, 2nd set. Enqvist with the first 7-6. Serving now, 11th game of the 2nd set, 5 games all.
And it's difficult to describe how really hard it is to hit this shot. Stich picks that ball up on the half volley and takes a full swing. It takes perfect timing to hit that ball when you're moving forward.
That's an Agassi type forehand. He loves to hit those shots. Stich down the center, 114 miles per hour. His 14th ace of the day. Backhand from Enqvist. I don't think that's his favorite shot,
Yeah,
Tim.
took that out of the deep freeze.
He can hit it. We saw him hit a couple brilliant backhand volleys yesterday, as you mentioned, but he does not come in that often. Relies on the backcourt. And Stich again up the center, same speed. Ace number 15, and Michael Stich now holding serve easily. Stay with.
Welcome back to LA. 6-5 in the 2nd set now. This is the last point of the last game, and Michael Stich actually foot faults. Watch the right foot come around. He cannot break the plane of that mid-court there, and he comes around. That is a foot fault right there.
Yeah.
And it helps himself out by spinning away ace down the middle.
Boy, that is interesting, Tim. And that foot fault needs to be called by the center service lines person behind Stich. That's a tough call, boy. And if he called it, I'd like to see what Stich would say.
Well, it's big because he gets that game. And now here he is at love 15 in this, at this crucial 5-6 game.
Called long. Did he overrule? No.
No overrule. No, I believe the lines person actually overruled himself.
Ooh. There is the linesman on the baseline.
The reason Stich got very upset is because this ball skids when it hits the court, and that's a telltale sign the ball's on the line.
They will play a let.
Oh.
Love 15. Enqvist ball just caught the top of the net. Stich now going a little berserk on the far side.
Well, that is a big break for Enqvist, though, because at love 15 and an approach shot on the baseline with Michael Stich at net, you got to say 85–90% of the time he's going to win that point. He's at love 30.
And 5-6. Quick return from Stich, catches Enqvist. Let's second serve. Very tight second serve now for Enqvist. Oh, it's wide. Just wide.
Enqvist showing a lot of conviction here as he comes in. He hasn't done this much. He forces a passing shot from Stich that just goes wide.
So Enqvist 1 point away from another tiebreak. Does not go over. If it had, there was no way Stich could have gotten that ball. He's about 5 feet behind the baseline. We're back to deuce.
Stich gets a little bit tangled up here on a high bouncing shot, just does not get the full extension.
And Enqvist jumps all over the forehand, and so Thomas Enqvist gets himself into a second tiebreak. Packed house here, over 8,000. And they have witnessed one of the best finals we've seen in a long time as he changes rackets, Tim.
Enqvist, who uses gut, as you take a look at Enqvist putting away the last forehand. But Enqvist...
Why would he change, Tim? Maybe there's a string ready to go?
I think that's exactly right. He uses gut, which tends to fray evenly, and you can see it when it's about to break.
Oh, he likes that one. Thank you, new racket. A brilliant forehand right up the line into the corner.
It would be considered pretty tough. I mean, you would obviously want to keep the same racket, because each racket, no matter how exactly it's strung, does have a little bit of a different feel. And so Enqvist, I'm sure,
he had to like the feel of that one.
That definitely helps your confidence.
1-0. Mini break for Enqvist. And a double fault. Clean winner and a double fault with the new racket. 1.0.
Enqvist, who strings his rackets at about 74 pounds, 16 gauge gut.
Backhand gets him in trouble again. And so Stich now goes to 2-1. Stich in with ace number 16 right down the center, 123 miles per hour. From Stich, not that tough a shot.
Again, I think Stich feels like he's lost the rhythm on his backhand. You can see after he's missed a couple of the ones in the last game or two, and he feels like he's getting tied up a little, not getting full extension.
No. And the forehand from Enqvist lets him down. Goes wide. Stich now 4 points to 2. They will change sides. Strange tiebreak so far, Tim. I mean, it looked like Enqvist had it under control early there. But
yeah, 3 uncharacteristic, unforced errors for Thomas Enqvist. This is a forehand he's been making all day long. He doesn't need to do a lot with it. There's no reason to go close to the line because he's not going for a winner.
2-4. Enqvist drills one. Only ace number 3, but what a time for it. Gets him to 4-3. And Stich comes right back with ace number 17. Him. Enqvist fires the racket down.
Well, that may be a sign that he's unhappy with this racket and unhappy that he had to make a racket switch at the beginning of the tiebreak.
The very first point of the tiebreak, he hits a brilliant shot, and since then he has missed a lot of balls. Triple set point for Michael Stich. The shot that's been letting him down.
6 holes.
Stich has broken. He wins the tiebreak. We have had 2 tiebreaks, and this match. Germany takes on Sweden. 2 tiebreaks, and it does not.
To hold your first serve right here to set the tone.
Enqvist just went over and spoke with his coach, Joachim Nyström, who darted out of this stadium. We'll find out what that's all about. Maybe he went to get him another racket as he opens up with a double fault. I would have to think it has something to do with equipment, Tim. Right off the top of the racket from Stich, goes into the 15th row behind him. Ball comes back. Well, for those Sunday hackers, how many times have you hit a ball off the wood or the magnesium? Don't feel bad out there. Even Michael Stich does it. Enqvist now, after getting a slow start with that double fault, goes to 40-15. This is a tough game to play, a big letdown after that tiebreak. As you said, Tim, and half the people are still wandering around out there. No.
Well, that's the thing, is all the kind of the air goes out of the stadium. There's so much tension in a tiebreak.
Yeah.
And everybody needs a break, but as a player, you don't obviously you don't have a chance to get one.
Ooh. Let cord, almost a double fault here. Enqvist trying to hold in the first game of the third. And another miss hit from Stich, and so Thomas Enqvist holds serve. It is 1-love after serving a double.
Well, he did a good job. He only served 48% first serves in the second set, and then he got 3 big first serves in a row in that first game, and so maybe he's finding the rhythm on that first delivery.
Ooh, and a bad start for Stich. Love 15. His third double fault of the day. Now this court almost all in shadow. Let's watch the. We saw that foot fault before. We'll see how close the right foot of Stich comes to that little divider there.
15.
You know, Tim, that's a foot fault that's so rarely called that I would be surprised if we hear it called here today.
I've never seen it called, actually. Have you?
No. Well, let's have a look now at this match after 2 tie-break sets and see what the statistics tell us.
As you would expect, Stich with more winners and more unforced errors. That's from that attacking style of play. More consistent Thomas Enqvist with only 20 unforced errors.
Oh, that's a good volley. Oh, that's a better volley. Stich showing why he's such a great doubles player. Beautiful anticipation.
The winner of the 1992 Wimbledon Championships with John McEnroe in doubles. And in fact, the longest match ever played at Wimbledon, 5 hours and 2 minutes.
Finished on a Monday. As we mentioned, now totally different light situation, just a bit of sun there in that one spot, but this court almost all in shadow now, which should make it easier to pick the ball up. The lights have been turned on as the afternoon rolls along. Stich will let it go long, and so Michael Stich holds it as 1-game-all in the final set. Well, last year, quite a different situation as his countryman Boris Becker was right here in Los Angeles this a year ago. Becker serving against Mark Woodford, and Boris Becker rolled to victory here in Los Angeles last year. Easy win, straight sets, 6-2 and 6-2.
And time-wise, that was the shortest match of the year on the ATP Tour, the shortest final, I'd say 55 minutes. It took these guys to play 1 set over an hour. The first set was an hour.
Well, another call with a correction. Called out and then corrected. And Steve Ulrich having a busy day in that chair.
Stich forcing a smile out. And Barry, I don't think I've ever seen lines people overrule themselves so much in any match.
This match already 2 hours and 7 minutes long. What a contrast to that final from last year. And a double fault. And Stich and his countryman Boris Becker, Tim, have had, I'd say, wouldn't you call it rather a stormy relationship through the years?
In spite of the fact that they played doubles and won a gold medal at the Olympics in '92, they have been not the best of friends. And but really, that's a tough situation for Stich, because Boris Becker was and still remains to be the idol of Germany. He is their biggest sports hero. And here comes Michael Stich along, who, in spite of being a great player, never really got the crowd behind him in the same way that Becker did.
Even though he beat Becker in that one Wimbledon final that he won. And suddenly some errors creeping into Enqvist now. 3 quick points for Stich. And now, third game, final set, Stich with 3 chances to break. Love 40.
Defensive lob.
Oh, yes. Great point from both players, because that lob just inside the baseline.
This lob buys time for Michael Stich to get back in the point. Not much of an overhead from Enqvist.
Yes, that will not work, and you heard Stich yell, come on. He breaks serve in the third game of the final set. Michael Stich up a break, 2-1. Ranked 4th in the world, and then Stich at 9th in the world. Those two have dominated through the years. Well, Michael Stich and Becker, what a relationship. Let's hear about it right now.
We're just coming from a totally different base, and that just makes it also interesting, because we're 2 different persons, and we just have giving the public different opinions all the time. But you know, I have my 3 or 4 things in life that are important to me, like being honest, being trustful, and having people you can trust. And Boris has maybe other things that might be important for him. I don't know him as well as I could say that, but you know, I don't even worry about that anymore, because I just respect him as he is. That doesn't mean that I have to like him or I don't have to like him, but I just respect him as he is, and just take him as he is. And there's still things I don't like about him. There's still things he doesn't like about me, probably, but you know, that's with most of the people around the world that it happens with, and I think that's a good thing.
Needless to say, they are not bosom buddies. After listening to those comments, I know, Tim, they do play together. They've had a great career together, but you just sense from that remark there that they are not real close personally. Stich now all over the court, and Michael Stich quickly to 40 love. He has the break. Do you sense that maybe Enqvist just a little fatigued at this point? He doesn't play through tournaments all the time like Stich does.
And he's played much longer matches on the route to the final.
So Stich holds easily in the fourth game. Stich now with that break leading 3-1.
Remember, Enqvist has had 2 3-set battles. And Michael Stich, before he got here, had not been pushed past 6-4 in any set he played. He's coming in very fresh to the final.
That's just too good. Suddenly Michael Stich on a roll here in this final set. Beautiful backhand.
We've been
up the
talking
line.
about Stich's vulnerability mentally, but he has really played tough today, Barry. Nice backhand down the line. A lot of bad calls, and he's voiced his objections and then put it behind him.
He's been very strong competitively. Everything going Stich's way at the moment. Love 30.
Stich continues to connect well with the backhand. And then easy forehand into the open court.
Love 30. First error we've seen him make in about 10-12 points.
Well, Stich knows. You can see there, he knows how important this is. If he gets a break here, in his mind, the match is pretty much finished. Enqvist not penetrating as much with his first serve.
Oh, another error from Enqvist. And so now double break point for Stich. He already has a break. Good. That will go long. The Stich forehand stays in, and Enqvist loses his serve for the second time here in the final set. Michael Stich now with 2 serves. Jessica Stich, Michael's wife, the very attractive blonde lass, Tim, and she's a bit of a star back in Germany.
He's a soap opera star, afternoon television. Had a nice career.
Did you watch a lot of that when you were playing over there?
We don't get German soap operas in New York, unfortunately.
I mean when you were in Germany.
Well, you play the night matches, you got to do something in the afternoon.
All right. Well, I knew you'd fess up sooner or later. 4-1 Stich now. He'll get it. To every ball. Thomas Enqvist has only won 8 points thus far in this final set. What a turnaround.
Stich in the proverbial zone right now. Stroking the ball cleanly, moving well.
And Stich in 119 miles per hour. Just long. And Enqvist stays at 8 total points. What a run for Michael Stich. Look at this. 12 of the last 13 points. And now it's 13 of 14 as Stich quickly hits that ball over. And Michael Stich now leading 5-1 in the final set.
Continental now.
Enqvist finally gets a point and gets a big hand here. Down 1-5, down 2 breaks. Dirty love, Enqvist. And 40 love. We'll see how hard he tries on this point, Stich, because all he needs to do now is hold serve.
Yeah, Stich will be heading for the game change now. This one's a goner.
Goes long, exactly, and so Michael Stich moves over. When we return, Michael Stich won it, but here's a look at some of the past champions. Becker, Sampras. They even take the records back to 1960, Tim, when a guy from Ohio won it, but that was a long time ago. I won a beautiful silver trophy. It was fabulous. No prize money in those days. Mr. Perry T. Jones was the director of the tournament.
Who was the runner-up that year?
Mr. Butch Buchholz, 7-5 in the 5th. He doesn't want to remember that one. Goes long. So Michael Stich now 3 points away from adding his name to that list of champions.
No German had won it until Becker last year, and now back-to-back. Well, I shouldn't say that, but we're looking that way right now.
5-2 Stich, 15 love. Amazing. Michael's had a lot of close calls this year, but this could be his first title. 15 all. We'll probably jinx him up here. 5-2 lead. Solid serve down the middle, jams Enqvist.
It's a big moment. I mean, playing tennis is all about winning tennis tournaments, and in spite of a solid, consistent year from Stich, it really is something different when you come through and win all the matches and take home the title.
Another big serve from Stich, 122 miles per hour. And now Michael Stich has arrived at double championship point. Big serve. That will go wide, and there it is. Michael Stich, as Jessica, his wife, looks on. A well-played match, Tim, from both players, but I think Stich just wore down the youngster from Sweden.
Yeah, kudos to Michael Stich. Fought through some tough circumstances with line calls, and he played superb tennis down the stretch, hanging on, winning that second set tiebreaker, and then put it all together in the third against a fatiguing Thomas Enqvist.
And he competed well, a very happy wife. And let's have another look now at match point. Double match point for Michael Stich.
Particularly in the third set, Stich cranked up the big first serve, and it was the all-out pressure, taking control of the net that was the difference for the German.
And they jumped to their feet on the far side of the court. A winner from Germany, Michael Stich, in 3 sets. And so Stich wins the title here, follows Boris Becker from last year. Stay with us. We'll be back with more from the Infinity Open winner, Michael Stich, the #2 seed. What a comeback, losing that first set in a tiebreak and then straight sets. Let's have a look now at our ITT Sheraton point of the match, Tim. What a point it was. Established Stich way up now in that final set.
That really jumped out in front. He was establishing control. And at this point, just really stroking the ball so well. A great lob here, pulling Enqvist off the net, and then the swinging topspin forehand. And right then, Stich just started to dominate in the final set.
And so that's our ITT Sheraton point of the match. Once again, the final score, 3 sets for the #2 seed, Michael Stich, 6-2 in the third set. He is the winner and the champion here at the Infinity Open. we'll see you again soon on Prime Tennis. We head back to the RCA Championships there in August, the 17th and 18th in Indianapolis. What a tournament that should be. And then at the end of the month, right before the U.S. Open, the Genovese Hamlet Cup out on Long Island. Check your local listings. We'll have it for you on Prime Tennis. ATP Tour action. And so the winner here, Michael Stich. And from the campus at UCLA and Los Angeles, for Tim Mayotte, I'm Barry McKay saying, so long, everybody.